Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I'm going to show you something that's really fun and really exciting, and that is a team that, can tackle the Grave of Wrath on stage 9. You heard that right. This is stage 9, and I'm really excited about this team because, well, first of all, there's no legendaries in the team, and secondly, I even have like 3 rares in this team. So this required me to do quite a lot of testing. I've tested it for like a few hours on stream, then I also tweaked it after the stream was done, and I did got it to a point where, at least so far from all the runs that I've did, it is a 100% team even. It has not failed yet, okay? So there will be legendary gear, obviously, because we're talking about Grave of Wrath stage 9, and obviously there's going to be, like I said, legendary gear, but it's going to be from the Grave of Venom, and one legendary gear set for Fruitbath as well, which is from this dungeon as well. But I'm still pretty happy about it because it's not the most, it's not the most OP team in here. It's not the fastest either, but it's reliable. It works pretty well. And stage 9, is the last and hardest stage that you can beat. Also, there's gonna be, I think I have like 2 people or 3 people that have epic artifacts, and by the time you get to fight this boss on this stage, you should be able to have at least 1, 2, if not even more epic artifacts. As an example, I was checking this with my wife, LEGENDARIES, that is doing the Starlight Challenge, okay, which means that she's just playing the game alongside lots of people in the community just by using Starlight dice, okay, so no Healer Light dice pulled. And even by doing that, she still has 5 epic artifacts. So, I'm hoping that what I'm saying here, hoping that it's going to be pretty relatable, because that's kind of my goal at the end of the day. I could just show a team where I throw in my Mithracian, my other legendaries, and I can just maybe destroy it and do it pretty fast, but that's not my goal. My goal is to try and always bring you content and videos of teams that are relatable for the majority of players, for free-to-play or low spenders. Because, the reason why I'm saying low spenders is, as an example, there is that chest that's for $1 that you can get any epic in the game. And that's massive, and that can be game-changing. So the whole idea behind this team is relying about controlling the boss's debuffs. So the most important one is when the boss does this one, it's an AoE that puts poison and healing prohibition, and that can be really painful, okay? Because, well, if you cannot heal, then that's gonna be a problem as the boss hits really hard. So in order for me to deal with that, I have 2 people in the team. First of all, there is Fitz, which I kind of rely on his cleanse only for the first time, because after that, I have Thea in this team that kind of relies this, relies on the same thing, and I'm really happy that I decided to build Thea. I've heard some people use her. I've seen some people use her as well in this one, and now I can actually see why. But the funny thing is, I'm not even using her for her debuff. She does bring healing prohibition for this fight, and that's what you need when the boss devours somebody, okay? Because otherwise, he's gonna keep healing, and it's gonna be impossible to kill it unless you have several DPS people and whatnot. So I'm using the person for the heal prohibition, and this team is actually Sigrid. Again, a rare, but she could arguably be a legendary because she is so good, okay? She does bring the heal prohibition, but at the same time, she brings the attack penalty, which makes us be able to survive some of those hits. And then I also have Fruitbath, which kind of brings the same thing. Like, he's not gonna be crazy damage. You see, it's like barely anything, but still, it helps a bit. Fruitbath is in this team for the healing and for the attack penalty as well. So as you can see, so far so good. It never looked like it is a problem, but the most important thing about this team and about this fight is actually the timings, okay? That's what I noticed, and that's something that it becomes more and more important the higher you get to stages on dungeons or even on temporal vortex. After this fight is over, I'm gonna show you what I mean about those ones, and it's all about having the right timings of landing your buffs and debuffs and the healing and, just all the right stuff. The last 2 people in this team, or the last one, I guess, is Alexandra, that's just in there. Well, she's just in here to do some healing. So I hope this team is really relatable to you guys, and I hope it gives you some ideas of how you can build this team. It does not have to be exactly these heroes, but you can play with heroes that basically bring you the same principle, like cleansing in Fitz, or if you're not using fits, you can have somebody else, maybe like a V-Cook that goes in the spot of Hexandra. And then the Thea spot, which is, like I said, the one that blocks the debuffs, you can use Catherine, you can use Maestrasia, or anybody else that basically brings you that block debuff, okay? So I think there's even a Shielder, Galdras, that does the same thing, so there's plenty of heroes that you can use in here. But after this one finishes, like I said, I'm going to show you a little bit about the presets, because that's really important so that everybody does their skills at the right time. And why I'm saying that is because, well, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but it's endgame, okay? So it is endgame, so you're going to require some specific stuff in there. So let's have a look at the presets, what I'm talking about. So this is the team, like I said, and then the presets, I mean, like, you know, the timing. So first of all, for Sigrid, I have her open with the first, you know, the first time she does her ultimate is at 18 seconds, because that's gonna happen just before, right as the boss devours somebody. And then after that, you wanna get her to get back to the 18-second interval, or the, you know, maximum 18.5. So you can see she has 18.31 because of the skill haste that I have on her. The reason why I'm saying that is because the boss has around 18 to 18.5 seconds of full rotation on his skills. So having somebody that does the heal prohibition, aka Sigrid, which, you know, you should just use because she's the best one and you should be able to obtain her from one of those rare chests. She brings that one over there every 18 seconds. Then the next one is Hexandra. The way that I did it with Hexandra is I did not use her ultimate the first time around, but I timed it so the first time that she uses the healing is after the boss spits out Fitz, and then she can heal him back up, okay? That's why you see the 24 here, and then again 18 seconds. So again, she's like 18.2, so every time she comes back to it, it's gonna be at that 18-second mark. Fitz gets out, she heals him, and everything just goes smoothly. And then the last one that you need a preset on is going to be Thea. So the way that I have Thea, I have on the 25-second, because I want her to land the ultimate that gives us debuff immunity for the ranged ones only, so keep that in mind. Just for the ranged ones, they get debuff immunity, and that's gonna happen at the 25 mark, and again, every 18 seconds, she has what, 17.84? So every 18 seconds, she's gonna do that again, and we always are covered for our ranged heroes, okay? Now, let's have a look at the builds, okay? So first of all, I have Frurbach in here. The first principle is, at least the melee units, you want them to have high resist. And I think the right mark is somewhere around 280, 290, 300 resist. I know it sounds like a lot, but if you have a resistance chest, and then you have a resistance negative rune, it doesn't matter what other substat they give you, you should get to like 240 just like that, you know, straight up. And then the other ones you can just use from other pieces of gear, and you should get yourself to the right mark. So Frurbach is running in the Brotherhood Spirit because I want him to, this is the build that I've been for other stuff. I want him to have some accuracy and some skill haste to come back to his ultimate, and whenever he does that, he also boosts attack for everybody. So this is going to help our damage, and he's also the one that wears the Crown of the Unclean for a defense penalty. I would also have the legendary one, but I did not want to bring the legendary one because, like I said, I want to keep it relatable. Then the next one in the team is going to be Hexandra. Again, she's running with high resist, but the thing is, you don't really need high resist, I suppose, on her, because after the first rotation, she will always be covered by Thea's block debuffs. So if she can survive the first hit, then don't care about her resist, ignore it. Just maybe give her some other set. Maybe you can give her the set that she takes damage from everybody else. That could help. But the best set from my point of view is going to be giving her the Wrath of the Trolls, because you want her to be close to the 18-second mark for the complete recharge, and that's going to require you to have around 55-60 skill haste. So if you do not want to complete this full set, you can do 2 pieces of Wrath of the Troll, and then the other 2 pieces you can do from the Brotherhood Spirit, like I showed you on Fruitbath, or from the lower level set that just gives you skill haste, and then try and get skill haste on one of the bottom row ones, okay? So either on this one or on this one, and it should make it pretty easy. I do have the double rolls, but like I said, I could just swap it up with these ones. Then the next one is going to be Sigrid. I run Sigrid with the Spiritual Instance Burner because she has a pretty high complete recharge, that's like 20 seconds, so you definitely need a lot more skill haste on her, or having this one on her is gonna help her come back to it just about in time. So I tried with just a skill haste. I could get her to only like 60. Wasn't that that easy to do, to also make her do damage. So the best way is, again, Wrath of the Troll set, attack percent, and then this one that gives us more accuracy, crit rate to try and do damage. Also have crit damage on this one, and I have attack on this one that also gives me accuracy and attack speed. So again, keep in mind, you want her to be close to that 18 seconds as possible, so she always does that ultimate at the right time. Then the next one is going to be Thea. Like I mentioned, honestly, I'm just using Thea. Like, you don't necessarily need the eyeball. I just put this one so she does more damage. But anything that gives her damage, and you don't care about her resist, and you don't care about her accuracy. As long as she can survive the initial hit from the boss, you can just pump her out with damage so she can do as much damage as possible. And I don't even have her scrolled, as you can see. I don't even have scrolls. If I had scrolls on her, I would not care about the skill haste on her at all, because this one will go to the complete recharge to the 16 seconds, so it should be pretty easy to do. Because the only reason why she's in the team, I mean, there's two reasons, not just one, but the first one's to put invisibility and debuff immunity on all the ranged ones. She does the damage, and then on the passive, she also heals. So she's gonna heal the one with the lowest HP on the battle skill, and then she also heals everybody else that's under invisibility, which is gonna be our ranged heroes. So I'm really happy that I could use her without scrolls, because this is, you know, this is really nice. She also brings a damage mitigation for people under invisibility. They take 50% less damage, so that's huge for her. So really, really nice about Thea to do that. And then the last one is Fitz. And I think for Fitz, I have a little bit overkill resist. But the reason why I want Fitz with resist, and the reason why he's so amazing with resist, is because, well, when he does his ultimate, he heals himself and he transfers all debuffs from everyone, which is only going to happen on the initial one, like I said, but he's going to transfer all of them to himself. And if he has high enough resist, he's not going to take them, okay? He's just not going to take all of those debuffs, and that makes it just really crazy. And after that, the only thing that you care for him is to have the high enough resist, so he never takes the debuffs during the fight, and then as much survivability as possible, which is going to be mostly HP, because his base defense is a bit lower. So what I have on him is resist chest, HP % over here. This one's not even fully rolled up. Again, this one with some more HP and resist. I did give him the banner, so try to give him more HP %, more defense, and more defense %, again, to make him survive. Defense over here, and then resistance on this one. So, you know, this is a pretty fun build, and I really like Fitz because he only needs 5 scrolls, okay? 5 scrolls, and that's about it. He's amazing. He's a really good tank. I really love him, and I wish I would have known about him earlier, because I would have recommended him more and more, because he's a really good tank, especially when it comes to cleansing. He's the only rare in the game that does a full team cleanse that's like full map. You know, even though it's cleanse, but he gets the debuffs on himself, it's still a full cleanse. I don't think there's any epic that does a full cleanse. So that's why Fitz is so good in this team. But yeah, I guess this is all that you need to keep in mind. Again, be careful about the skill hastes. Be careful about the timings that I showed you, because they are going to be really important. You can use a different tactic for this one that I've seen people use. Like, if I back out, and I'm going to show you what I mean, but you can bring one of the people in the team to have, let me show you, stage 9, you can use Adri. I think I've seen people use Adri. I don't see her on stage 9. It's funny, like most people use Thea in here, but I've seen Adri, and I didn't want to do a team with Adri because I don't like her. Because, okay, I don't even see her anymore here. Like, I knew people used her. Where is Adri? Let me just show you Adri, because it's gonna be easier to see what I mean. But people use Adri because she can control the ultimate energy of the boss. There she is on her ultimate. Okay, so she shoots 3 arrows, and all of them will they reduce the ultimate energy by 10%. But the thing is, let me see. I don't think this is 100%, or if it is, the problem with this one is it can get 3% where she does not reduce the ultimate energy enough, and if she reduces it too much, plus the recharge penalty, it makes it harder to speed tune, you know, to make everything fall in sync the same way that I showed you this one worked. So that's why I'm not using too many people with ultimate energy, but I don't know, if you guys want me to test that one out, leave it in the comments below and I can try and have a look. But, you know, this team should be pretty relatable, like, you know, 2 epics, 3 rares, what more do you want? So anyway, I guess this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like it. I hope it gives you some ideas to tackle this boss, because the Brotherhood Spirit set is pretty good, and you definitely want it in one of your heroes in every single team that you're gonna do, because it gives them accuracy, skill haste, and they're gonna boost the attack for everybody else. And even this one can be good, you know. This set has some unique uses, but it's good because it gives you accuracy and resistance, and for certain areas of the game you might want to have this one, even if it's just a 2-piece set. But This is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.